Bang, it's your boy Chan once again with another video. This one is very different. Let's create another new series. I'm calling it Ranked, where I rank my personal opinion on certain things. And today we'll be specifying twice titled tracks starting from their debut, like UA, to up the recent alcohol-free release. And yeah, guys, let's start from the very first. I will be ranking them as S, A, B, C, D, and F tiers. S being the highest and F being the lowest. So I think my criterias would be more on personal preference, music style, how was it um received personally from my perspective. Was it a better song? I would also analyze what was the prior release and their theme in general. So, starting off, like UA from their debut, um, it's a good song, I think, but it's very underrated. Um, Considering with other debuts, I think it would be into C tier. I think it's mediocre for me. Don't hate me on this one, guys, but this is how I feel. Um, Next would be Cheer Up. Cheer Up is I think an experimental one, music wise. Um, so I think it's above like Kua, especially with the music video. The like Kua music video was a little wonky for me. Cheer Up had a theme, but I would not say this would be a personal great twice title track. And moving on, TT. I think this is universally sound that this is an S tier. It is. I think this is one of the reasons why I stand twice. Previously, it was a bubbly, cute, catchy song, and it would be remaining iconic with this tier, S tier or TT. Moving on, we have Knock Knock. I think Knock Knock has a bad rep, honestly. I think it's not that too bad of a song. And the music video, especially, it was memorable, but I think a lot of people do not like the song, and that's rather sad. I think it's in line with Cheer Up. I would classify it, but I think it's a certain drop from TT. And yeah, moving on with Signal, with Knock Knock being negatively criticized. I think Signal has to be the most negatively criticized Twice song. And I do know why, because it's very different from what others expected or once expected from this. Uh, at least for Knock Knock, we had a theme, the cutesy theme from TT, but it mellowed down from for a little bit. And Signal, it's very different, but it has a good member, what you call it, the member lines. I think it was very equal for all members, but as a subjective standpoint of discussion, I think it has to be a C tier. It's not an F for me. It's not like I'm not going to listen to it, but there's some points that I want to listen to it, but there's some points that I just skip the song on my playlist. But it really depends on the mood overall. Um, and yeah, I think that would be fair enough. It's not like a super addictive bop. It's different, but it's for some, it's not. generally or universally accepted, and I think that's fine. No. Um. Now we have Likey. I think Likey is TT reincarnated from the grave, from the ashes. I think it's just as S tier for me. Um, the aesthetics in the music video, as well as the song itself. It's a good song. And the dub cheng rap, very enjoyable. And Merry and Happy, we got Heartshaker for this one. I think it's a good song. The music video was just mediocre, I think. Considering we we got the shots from Likey, I think it's a step down a bit. So it would be justified if Merry and Happy or Heartshaker is A tier. But I really do enjoy the song. I'm just a bit bummed out that the design and the budget from Likey wasn't shifted to the next music video, which was Heartshaker. Now, What is Love? Oh my goodness. S tier is flooding, guys. I think I have to move around songs before moving on, I think. Or I think I'll just move it at the end of the um video when it's filled out. So I think What is Love is an S tier. Honestly, if you can see the patterns and or the trends, we got TT, Likey, and What's Love, all equally legendary bops. I think the sole reason why people got into Twice. I haven't heard from a friend or a colleague, acquaintance that said I've gotten into Twice because of like Ua, honestly, or like Cheer Up. It's a constant shift between TT, Likey, and What is Love, and I think that's that's just the theme that made people like Twice, the cutesy theme. Um, and yeah, I think it's very crowded here. I'll move it around later when I finish this set. We've got Dance the Night Away. I think it's an A tier for me. Good song, good music video, summer bop. And then we've got Yes or Yes. I think this is honestly from my perspective, since I was a once during the Yes or Yes. I think this was my initial gateway. Uh, for like the first couple of listens, I enjoyed it, but I think it's not like a constant playlist, you know, grindstone where when you ever hear like Yes or Yes, you don't skip it. I think it would be a B tier for me personally, and the best thing I ever did, honestly, it's an A tier. It's underrated. Fancy, fancy. I think it's a B tier. Um, but I think it's an A tier. It's a bit hard for me because of Fancy. I've got to seen twice during their world tour. They went to Manila with like a perspective of that historical background. I think it would be an A, but music wise, if I hadn't gone into the concert, I think it's a B tier for me. But with those reasons, it's an A. Feel Special has to be a S tier. This I think this must was my favorite Twice title track of all time. And sadly, after this, I didn't LinkedIn or like followed Twice as much previously. So I think this is the highest peak of Twice for me. Then after this, we got more and more. Um, I am not once or like into Twice when this was released. I don't know why, but after this I'm not that kind of a Twice fan anymore. And I think it's just because they've gotten too mainstream. Their music was not for me personally, and it's very westernized. If I could critique it, it's not a bad song per se or like a trend. It's just not a trend for me. So that would be the reason why I am not participating with Twice anymore. I just don't have a preference music similar to these recent releases. So I think more and more, I think it's a D tier for me. Would this be controversial per se? Because I think it's very electronic. There's not, if you would consider that, why would Dance the Night Away be an A tier and this would be a D tier? I don't know. It's just my personal preference. There's something about More and More that I genuinely um don't like, and you can spread hate me for this one, but it's my personal preference. I could not explain it to you briefly. But let's see. I might rearrange this after. Now we got um Can't Stop Me. When this was released, I'm not a fan of it. But after countless of listens, I think it's a good consistent song. I think it's a B tier for me. And for Alcohol Free, I think people dislike this song. I don't dislike it as much as other people. So I think I would classify it as a C tier. And final thoughts of Shifting. What's love like? I think these three are an S tier, but I'm considering Feel Special. Moving it down, I don't think so. I still love the song. But this three has to be an S tier for like a lot of people's tier list. Heartshaker. I think Heartshaker has to go down for me considering it's in line with Fancy Dance the Night Away and The Best Thing I Ever Did. I think I'll move this here. B tier. I think I might move Knock Knock to C tier. And I think Cheer Up also has to be in the C tier. So how do you organize this? I think this is the right way. And yeah, I think this is finalized. I'm good with my choices, and this would be my top tier for Twice title tracks. Um, just a disclaimer: this is a personal preference. Don't hate me on this one. I know you guys have your own tier list as well. Um, write the comments down below. What would be your favorite Twice songs, and what would you argue that should be higher in my tier? And I'll gladly read it and reply to your comments down below. And yeah, guys, for the next rank, it's up to you guys. I think drop the comments down below what you want me to rank next for title tracks. And yeah, this has been your boy Chan signing off. Like the video if you haven't, subscribe if you want to. Annyeong, peace out.